Good morning, you guys. Um, I kind of got a late start, so um, you guys get to see me put on a little bit of makeup anyway. My lips got a late start, so um, you guys get to see me put on a little bit of makeup anyway. My lips got a late start, so okay. There we go. Denise will be in just a minute. For anybody out there listening, trying to get the shine off this forehead. I thought the other day I was going to do a backward video. I'd start the video with me taking all my makeup off. But, all right. I don't have my glasses on. You guys, it's just been one of those mornings. Got my lips did. Now let me do some eyelashes, you guys. There's Monique. I'm just talking to anybody that might be on YouTube. Hey, Willow. I'm telling you, it's hard for me to see. Yeah, sometimes people will be watching from YouTube and they'll be on, but you can't see their names. And since it's just us, yeah, I'll do my makeup. And there's silence. I don't see how people do their whole thing doing makeup and talking at the same time and interacting with people on the computer because, well, I guess they don't have my eyesight. So, Willow, how are you doing? See? That's what happens. Rafter, hey, lurkers. Hey, I don't care. People can lurk as long as they're not rude. So that's what happens when I try to do more than one thing when I'm putting on makeup. I end up getting mascara in all the wrong places. And I'm also struggling because of the soft pretzel I ate is keeping my coffee from going down. So I'm struggling with that too this morning. Hey, good morning, Hetty. Hetty, I made it even if I didn't get finished with what I was trying to do. Well, I got the financial stuff done this morning. And that's what I had to do early this morning. Okay, I can put my glasses on now. There you go. I don't. Oh. Well, you guys, Traci came through her surgery. She was, of course, Monday, she was hurting. And then yesterday, she was still sore. Oh, hey, Joss. Oh, Casey, thank you. I will take that any time, any day. Let me copy what Casey said. There you go. Thank you, Casey. Yeah, Willow. You got to get better. I'll be glad when Traci's is manageable. All of you guys. I don't like to see you guys in pain. And you guys continue to pray for Sonia, and mostly, her kids and her dad. He's kind of having to hold things together at home. Joss, I sent him a private message yesterday. Oh, there's Casey. Kevin, good morning, baby. Kevin's on Facebook. Okay, Denise didn't get the link from the other. Copy. Okay. Paste. There you go, Denise. Well, that's about as much, she's not out of the woods, so Willow, I don't want to say too much. I mean, just enough that Joss is comfortable with. But you guys pray for her. She's still running a fever. She did have surgery, and it's like they can't get her fever down. And there's just a lot going on.
Hey, everybody. I'm here.
And my nerves have been on hyper alert that when my sister called me this morning, she got a special ringtone, and I was afraid to answer it. I was afraid something done happen to my mom. It's like, just like I said, being hypersensitive to. And I'm going to put our. Oh, hey, Robbie. Hey, my love.
Hey, Robbie.
I am going to.
Hey, Hetty.
All right, there we go. But in your hearts, revere Christ as Lord. Always be prepared to give an answer to anyone who asks you to. So I like that one.
Yeah. That's a good one.
Thank you, Willow. Robbie, Traci had surgery and had her her other stimulator put in. And I'm praying it won't be long that she'll be up here with us again.
Mm-hmm.
And I guess, Robbie, I need to send you some more videos of Ash. Denise watched her last night. Denise laughed and laughed. Hey, Myra. Good morning.
Myra. Good morning, sweetheart.
But yeah, let Denise watch it, and she wasn't even crunk. And Denise was laughing her head off.
I was. She was so funny.
Whew, I know better than eating something doughy and then try to be on here.
Yeah, because you want to go to sleep. And you're choking.
Yeah. Yep.
Trying to come get.
But I'm here. And for those that didn't know, Dwayne's mother-in-law passed. She passed last week, which she'd been in the nursing home for a long time. Yeah. And they knew it was going to happen, just not when. So, there's that. Heather's mom passed away. So
There's so many things happening. I was back in the hospital for a week.
yep. I don't even think I've been live since you was in the hospital.
So it's been crazy.
It has, and sometimes, like Casey posted on his Facebook yesterday about depression and talking about just wanting to stay in a dark room and not answer the phone or look at your phone or computer. And, that was kind of me last week. And, it's, I would feel better emotionally if when I do this, when I come on and interact with you guys. It does my heart good.
Oh, it does me good too. It makes me feel so much better when I
It
see all of
does.
y'all.
To touch base with everybody. Yeah.
Hey, little thunder, I love you. I love you bunches, baby.
And there's so much when I
It's
scroll
Denise.
when I scrolled through Tony's Facebook last night and saw all the news going on down there where they live, and I'm just
Oh, it's
sitting there
bad.
shaking my head. Just is It is really sad. Which is not just there. I know it's around the world. It's other people protesting, and those that protest for to be poked at, I guess I'd say, and those that are against it. So, and then you have to be careful how you phrase things here, or else um,
Yeah.
you get you get a notice. But I did notice on Tony's, and the Tony I'm talking about is Sonia's daddy. I noticed every post that he made, uh, Facebook had a little pop up on that any interview or anything that he did about how to find out more information. So I guess that's how they're handling it. They're not um, they're not kicking people's off Facebook. Um, they're not kicking people off Facebook for giving their views, but now they're putting that there for them to get more information.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, they really where Joss and them live and Sonia, they're really cracking down on people. They're really cracking down on people that they think are spreading negativity,
Oh, yeah.
and they're wanting to make it like against the law that you can't speak your piece about it. Now, what's a 24-hour ban?
That means you can't get on Facebook for 24 hours.
Oh, he got a 24-hour ban.
Yeah.
Oh. Oh. And you guys, on another, I just looked over and see. Yeah, and still, Monique just put. No, that was an hour ago. Okay.
Yeah.
Um. Oh, that was the first warning. Oh no, friend of my husband's. He's been kicked off so many times, and then they'd let him come back. Some of the things he would post, I had to just not go.
Yeah.
Kind of like I used to tell Kevin when he'd say, "Did you see what Casey put on Facebook?" This was a few years ago. I said, "Keep on scrolling. Just keep on scrolling." But I glanced to the right where Facebook is, and one of Tiffany's friends, her name is Kat. She
Hmm.
contacted me asking me about Tiffany because she hadn't saw her, talked to her in such a long time. And I updated her, and Casey told me that she's one that um, they left one night and drove all the way to Mississippi to just to see her. So she's going to be a positive person that Tiffany can, get in touch with. So she's going to send Tiffany a letter and she wants to send her a package. So
Hmm.
that's very sweet.
Yes, it is.
Well, Myra, that would be a positive, I guess. I guess they looked at that like a positive, informative and not a negative. Yeah, Robbie, pray for Traci and Sonia, our Australia beauty, been in
Yes.
the hospital for 7 months or going on 8.
Yep.
And we miss her.
Very badly.
And her daughter is in here as Little Thunder. That's her daughter, her oldest daughter, and is it's knocked us for a loop. And I just couldn't imagine if she was my daughter. Well, she's like my daughter. I'm hurting the same way,
Oh yeah.
but yet I can't put my hands on her
Nope.
or you know.
I know. I want to touch her so bad.
But I did yesterday when I was in my room. I try not, get too depressed, but it's just the thing with being an empath. You just take on that pain and sadness.
Mhm.
But I did. I kissed my fingers and I touched my forehead and then I touched my cheeks and I was talking to Sonia. And some people would probably think, well, that sounds crazy, but no. I felt it. I put myself like was standing by her bed, and I
I've
rubbed
done
her
that.
cheeks and I rubbed her forehead and put a kiss on her forehead.
I've done that before.
I mean,
I just
that,
talked to her.
and yeah, and I don't care if somebody says, well, that's just crazy. When my daughter was out on the streets, one night I just couldn't sleep and I was grieving and I just felt like something was so bad happening with her and I didn't know where she was at. And I hugged my pillow. It's a body pillow. I hugged my pillow and I prayed. And then I talked to her like that was her. And I told her, I said, it's going to be all right. I'm here with you. I love you. It's going to be all right. And I think that might have been the very night she told me that she was praying and just wish she had her mama. And she was sleeping, you guys, under the house that we lived in, the first house when me and Kevin got together. A little video house, but the way it sat, there was a big area that you could go up under the house. And Tiffany was like, she was a year old when I moved in that house, and we moved out the next year. Well, but yeah, she went under that house and slept. And I guess she went there because of knowing that, and both my uncles, it's bigger than a crawl space willow, but it's not like a finished basement or anything. So yeah, she slept on the ground up under there. And my two uncles, once I gave up the lease because we moved to Atlanta, my two uncles moved in and they were, we were very close to them and the kids were close to their great uncles. So it's just that's where she
My
went.
dad's here.
Okay.
I'll be right back.
All right. But
I
that's
love
where
you.
All right, I love you. But that's where she went. She went up under that crawl space, among other places that she told me that she would go to. But yes, I would talk to her. I think it did, Willow, because she said it was almost like she could feel me or smell me for a brief time, and I said that had to be the. I was raised with my grandmother always saying, if you can't sleep, if you wake up and you can't go back to sleep, somebody's needing your prayers. And she would say, you just start praying because God knows who needs it. So I guess that's where I get it from. But, now I'm praying for, you know, like I told y'all, night and day. And yesterday, we did a FaceTime. I did like a group FaceTime because we just were so upset and worried, and we really haven't touched base, me and Monique and us. I think it was we just felt like too much was going on. And then yesterday, it absolutely, I think we needed some human companionship, not to come on here. I wasn't able to come here, but it was like I had to talk with some people about Sonia. Joss, I even sent the update to Casey. It's just hard to explain. When we lose somebody in our community, it's very painful because we know each other. We share our laughter, our pain, our joy. We do prayer requests and we do praise reports. And the praise report is that Traci made it through the surgery. And Sonia come through her surgery. And that's, they're still with us. Yeah. And, it's like when Dwayne sent me a message about Heather's mom and asked for prayer. I don't look at that lightly, like, okay, I'll pray for you. And then, go about watching something or no, it touches my heart. Because all you guys are family. And I've been saying it since forever. And I'll say it again, even though you guys haven't sent me your social security number so I could claim you on my taxes. I just don't want to have to pay taxes, you guys. I'm hoping that coffee goes down. Here in the South, we're going into fall and there's stuff blooming. And we're opening windows because we don't have to run the air or heater right now. And something's like, I'm getting choked up, something in my chest. On a good note, did I show you guys the boxes after I put the little beads on them? Yeah. If you can't hug the person, even on our phones, we send hugs. We find, even though we go through and find the right little gift to send somebody, we're still scrolling through and trying to find the appropriate feeling. Even if it's a bear hugging a bear, or I always like the huge off of the Monster Inc. or whatever it was called, and the little girl being hugged by the big blue thing, you know. Um, that to me, I love getting those. And when I send one to somebody, I'm really going to give it thought and try to find the right one. And it's like I'm sending you a hug. And sometimes, if we can't communicate, if a person can't communicate with us, as Sonia can't right now, you know, put ourselves in there. Thank you, Willow. Um, off that, let me see. I don't know if I showed you guys that I put the little wheels, the little um, things on the bottom of my boxes so they sit. The beads. I put black on this one. The black beads. I got to find red beads. Okay. My momentum is not good today, you guys. It's like I'm just tired. Yeah, and I got some more stuff from the Dollar Tree this morning to make some more stuff. So, I'm touching back base with my creating something. Creating something so I keep my mind busy and my hands busy. And believe me, when I'm sitting in there in that bedroom trying to create, I have Ash's hands coming out of her cage, trying her best to just the monkey paws coming out and grabbing the box, or tearing it. Hey, Dee Dee, good morning. Good morning, Dee Dee. So, but when you're doing stuff with the paper, the tearing out that, if she scratches my box, all I have to do is put another piece on it. So, I have to go to Walmart and get me some more. I've got the matte Mod Podge. I just have to go get get me another big thing of the gloss. I was about to just say, the shiny kind. Traci, hey Tim, much love to you too. Dee Dee, Traci has had a very bad year. They finally replaced her spinal stimulator that's been in there 5 years. They replaced it with a new one, and that has a lead that goes down her spine to help with the pain of her RSD. Then she got RSD in her other leg. So they had to go through and put another lead going from the stimulator down her spine to hit that nerve on that side. So when she recovers from the surgery pain, I pray she'll be back with us. She's had a very, very hard time. Good morning, Valky Cat. Good morning. So yes, she's been in a lot of major pain. Good morning, Dwayne. I updated everybody on your mother-in-law. Good morning, Joel. I updated them on what's going on, with your family. And I will forward you Joss's message to me, Dwayne, and update you on Sonia. Because, oh goodness, Dee Dee. Oh yeah, I did watch your video. I watched your video of you even trying to go to I think it was the mailbox. Yes, you were having a very hard time even getting to the mailbox. So, yes, see, I watched it. I should have commented. No, Dee Dee, he's talking about me. He's picking at me because I've been hiding in my cave a little bit too much and not coming on here. And well, I'm thinking, Joel, I'm okay. I was so slow this morning. I finished my makeup at the very beginning. See, Dwayne, I did my lipstick. They just didn't see me with my glue stick all over my lip. But yeah, I finished. It's like, oh well. Yes, he always does pick at me. Yes, quite. Yeah, cave dwellers. I do tend to. Let me see. Oh, I see. All right, let me send the invite. Girl, you should just said that to begin with because I was looking all over the regular Facebook. There you go. But Joel, I've been making it. It's like this past week, I I just I didn't cook for a whole week, and I mean, if anybody's ever been depressed, I can look. I didn't even take a shower for a week. I'll go ahead and say it out loud. For a week. Monique's probably shaking her head, thinking, I can't believe she admitted that. Oh, but Hetty, go ahead, Diddy. Good morning, Ben. Go ahead, Diddy. I know, Dwayne, but um,
Morning.
Ash loves it when I smell like a coon. And when I took my shower, because I told Hetty, I said, Hetty, I'll be on tomorrow. I'm going to take my shower tonight, so that way I'll already have that out of the way, and I'll come on. And that's why I told Hetty. Yes, I mean I know. Good morning, Ann. Good morning.
I can relate, Darlene. With my back where it is right now, standing up in my tube shower isn't always an easy thing to do. So a lot of
Yeah,
times it's just a bit bad at the sink.
yeah. Dee Dee, I guess it changed your maybe go in and change your what am I the doggone it.
Hold on, let
What
me
is it?
find out what she put in here.
What am I trying to talk about? Your tags. The part that you put a bunch of tags, maybe change those to what, that's what
Your
I would do.
hashtags?
No,
Change your hashtags?
there's a place for hashtags up the top, but then your tags in YouTube, you don't have to put hashtags. You don't
Oh,
have to, so, um, yes, and I wish they had a spot that you could specifically put, is for the content is the Christian, but they don't. Mine always says entertainment. And so I'm like, that's okay. Yes. You guys, I'm going to highlight that, Joel. It is very, very much. They're going through a lot in Australia. I know we are here in the States, but I'm going to tell you. Look up some of the stuff that's going on in Australia. And then Joss had to hear a lot of stuff going on outside the hospital before they moved her mom. So not only is she upset about what's going on with her mom, but then there's rioters on the outside, and she hears all of the stuff going on between the police and the protesters. And, it just, you're 25, you're sitting there with your mom, and you've been sitting with her for 7 months, and now all this is going on. So you guys pray for Joss too, and her brothers and sisters. Because their mom's in the hospital, and they're scared. They're scared. Oh, is today the day? Happy birthday to all his Marine Corps brothers and sisters. Women are in the Marines. Don't you leave the women out.
Yeah, and sisters, Dwayne. Shame on you.
Yes. Yeah, they're really monitoring what people are saying.
Yeah.
Kind of like as
Crazily
if,
so.
if you was in China. I mean, so but it's going to be that way. That's why we have to stick together and be positive for one another. And if one person's having a hard time, reach out to somebody, or
Just have to remember, and this too shall pass.
Yes, it will. But it's a way of life now that we have to consider.
Mm-hmm.
But I
Like
did mine.
we're evolving, and we have to adapt.
I had to adapt. Kevin wanted me to do what I had to do for my health, and Casey was scared and for me to do it. But I did the thing that we can't talk about. And it bothered my arm. I couldn't raise my arm, and it did some stuff. But so Myra, you guys keep Myra in your prayers. Go lay down, hun.
Go lay down, listen. Oh, and the YouTube PC term for that would be the Rona Polka. Just saying.
I know.
I can't tag that. I mean, really?
I just I got so tickled at Okay. Thank you. Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am, Valley Cat. My name's the same, so you'll be able to find me. Is Willow knows. Willow knows that we're a Christian. That we read the Bible and believe what we read and all that. And oh, Cat, girl, I was talking about you earlier. I was talking about you. I looked over and seen your beautiful face. Let me add you as a moderator before you go. Looked over and saw your face and told people that I was glad that because you're going to be a positive friend when Tiffany comes out. because she's gonna, when she leaves in February, she's not gonna feel like she has any friends. Yes, I told people. I said Tiffany's friend, her and Casey went to Mississippi one night to go see her, and she asked for her address, and she's gonna send her a package. Yes, I was talking about you. And Casey said, yes, she messaged me too. I said, well, good. So see, God does things. He does things in his time, because Tiffany is really down a little bit, and I believe when she gets a letter from Kat, she's going to just, I know she's going to bust out crying, you guys. No, friends cannot be overrated. See, Joss, I was raised that way, and Revelations used to scare me, but I liked horror books, so I'd read Revelations, and but I would read, because I always, as a teenager, thought, oh my gosh, when's all this going to happen? Because at 9 years old, I saw a movie with my sister at church, and it showed like end times, what was going to happen, what we would start seeing. And it scared the socks off me, because I was afraid of weather. I was afraid of tornadoes. I was just afraid of weather. And it showed that floods would become more and more, and the earthquakes would become more. And it was showing all these images. And it talked about disease that would have no cure. And I actually thought that was AIDS, when AIDS come about. But now I kind of think it's a little bit more. Well, then, Joel, then that's I kind of like my comfort zone, but I know that you like to push through.
Yeah,
So
but your comfort zone can get very
stagnant.
in a rut kind of
Yeah.
thing, and you can't expand your comfort zone into other things unless you step out of it once in a while and have a look at the world outside.
And me and Casey, I said the exact same thing to Casey last week. I said, I really didn't think I was going to see all this. It was going to be in my lifetime. But that's okay. We're not supposed to fear. Um, we're supposed to embrace it. Yes. Yes, Dwayne. With Joel,
Well
thank
said,
you.
Dwayne.
Because, I was in there not doing anything in this room, and I started doing what's comforting to me was, what do they call it, Willow, when you tear up pages and you paste them on top?
Decoupage.
Yes. That comforts me. So even though I wasn't on here, I still communicate with anybody that, messages me. And I always look forward to Joss's updates on Sonia. Well, I look forward to them, and she knows. I look forward to the updates, but I also worry about the updates, if that makes any sense. Because I guess I found out in this time in my life that I'm the glass half empty, instead of the glass half full. And Monique tries to get me through it. You know, she tries to beat me into the, you know, look to this side of it. But there's that part of me, I always fear of losing somebody else that I truly, truly love. But God still, I thank God that Joss answered my text and got comfortable with all of us. Because Joss, whether you know it or not, you feel like a thread to your mom. Every time you message, it's it's like there's a piece of Sonya still reaching out. Very wise young lady, you guys, very wise. But yeah, my creativity helped my mind, Joel. It really helped me. In fact, I bought 4 books this morning from the Dollar Tree. I know, Dwayne. Ben. Oh, that's a good one. Look, you guys, he is a very spiritual superhero coaching. Very much. But you know, Ben, I'm weird. I think um I think rain clouds are beautiful. Me and Casey, we love a rainy day. Not meaning the song. That
Rorschach
song.
moment here, and in the air, me too.
But for some reason, I kind of like the dreary gray days. I do.
I do too, because I know that at the end of it all, the sun will shine and everything will be fresh and clean and renewed from the rains.
Yep.
And that's the light at the end of the tunnel that we all have to.
I mean, literally, I love to watch the storm clouds roll in.
Mm-hmm. Me too.
Oh,
I mean, I live in the plains of Kansas. I can see them for a long way up.
oh yeah, you guys get those twisters, don't you?
Mm-hmm.
Hmm. See, I always tell people it has really. I'll answer Joel. Joel, it really did help me because with so much going on in my mind with Traci and with Sonya. That's right, Joss. That's right. But I sit there, I said like a crazy person, just tearing my book and tearing out pages, pasting on a box, but it got me there. Oh, Ben, you know, um, some people you have to love from afar. It does say love your neighbor as thyself. It does talk about forgiveness in the Bible, but it does not say that have to you have to continue to be around that person, whether it's on Facebook, YouTube, or out in public. If there is a toxic person to you, you pray for them and you have to forgive, you have to pray for them, love them, but love them from afar.
Yeah. Just like anything else in life, you love a lot of things. You love your family, but you don't always like them. Okay.
Yeah.
You love your neighbor, but you don't have to like them.
Yes, and we found out the back door neighbor, both of them, is in a really bad way. The girl is Casey's age. And, they're doing the stuff around here that same thing my daughter was doing. But the girl, your little old young girl, told the person that owns the house that her and her boyfriend was fighting, and she started to come knock on our door for my husband to help her. 2:00 in the morning. We're in the South. Don't be bamming on our door at 2:00 in the morning. Because number one, well, he told her, he said, no, Miss Darlene will get you. She said, who's that? He said, that's Kevin's wife. But I know the little girl. It don't matter though. If you are geeked out and you're fighting with one another, please don't bring that to my door at 2:00 in the morning. So yes, you guys help us pray about that situation, because the one that owns it is his brother-in-law that he's allowing to stay there. But as soon as they're gone, we've got the money to purchase it, and we'll just the house will be condemned. We'll have it tore down, and we won't have to worry about what's going on in our backyard. And there won't be a house that is a trap house, right behind us.
I agree on that one.
But yeah, when I was sitting there on the bed, just tearing pages and gluing pages, and long time Kevin didn't say nothing. Then finally, after I've been doing it a month, he said, is there any method to I think he said madness? I said, yeah. And I just looked at him like this. I said, yeah. And he didn't say nothing else.
I'm always telling my sister, method to madness, method to madness.
Yeah. It made me feel good. And the boxes are pretty, and they're going to have stuff in them that's relevant. Oh, I'll show you guys the I'm sorry, Callie. Okay. This one holds, what do you think? This box has my steampunk stuff in it.
You think?
Yes. Not all of it, but a lot of it. The keys, the cogs, and all kind of stuff. So yes.
And when you in steampunk, they don't make a box big enough. You get a refrigerator box, and it would hold all your steampunk.
I know, because the hat wouldn't even fit in here. The hat wouldn't fit in here. So
But you could always make a steampunk box specifically for your hat.
Oh yeah.
To keep it safe and dust free and all that good stuff.
Yep. Because that came from my little brother.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if I showed these two, but I'll show them again. Well, I got 3. Okay. Whoa, okay. Casey would be like, Mom, you're going to fall in this room.
Next time Kevin asks you a question about what you're doing and why you're doing it, just look at him straight in the face, emotionless, no smile. Just say, you might want to invest in the company that produces Mod Podge. Just so you know. And then just go back to what you're doing. Let him ponder that one.
He wouldn't know what Mod Podge is. So, I like this one. Casey said this one looks like Tiffany. And I'm going to embellish her and find, what I want to do is find the red, I have a necklace, jewelry that's got big red balls on it. And then the inside's lipstick red. That's what the name of that paint is, Dwayne, lipstick red.
And you're missing red balls.
Don't get Dwayne started. So that one's red inside. And I got her too. I like that one.
That one there reminds me of the Ideal Chrissy doll that was released in October of 1969.
Oh, yeah. I remember the creep. Didn't you pull her hair
Uh-huh.
up to make
Yeah,
it?
she's a
Yeah.
girl hair doll. Yeah.
All right, now I like this one. I like the way this one turned out with little tassels, and so I have the black balls on it, the beads. So yep.
Black balls and tassels. Um,
You guys see?
if you're gonna finish the look, you need to put a brassiere on there out of sequins.
You
and
guys
put a
know
couple of
she's
them tassels in the right places.
woman.
Just saying.
Don't make me mute you. Oh,
I'm being good. I'm just giving you ideas.
I know. Look, I'm trying to keep those ideas in my head because I have all kind of weirdness in my head that I have to not open up to the public. All right, I found these, and I need to start back doing my jewelry jars, you guys. Not regular ones, but the prayer jars. The prayer jars.
Mm-hmm.
I got these this morning. They're stick on. They come from Dollar Tree. They are so cute.
Bloomingity bling crosses.
Got those.
Little Jenny curls.
This is a burlesque box. Yes.
Yeah, that'd be a good term for it, Ben.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Think about adding like some burlesque like imagery. I'm sure you can find some of the old stuff.
And this can be a raven box with the black ravens.
Birdie birds. Those look more like doves than ravens.
I got more of this shiny things.
Yep.
Dwayne, look, glitter glue. Glitter glue, Dwayne. You are being good. Thank you, Dwayne. You are being very, very good.
I was just trying to lighten the mood a little bit. It got a little dark in here for a while.
Then I got stencils. I got so many stencils. I just have to find them.
I got mine all together. It's just being able to get to them at the moment.
All right.
But I do get them all organized.
I'll walk in there and get what I'm working on.
Old frickin' file cabinet drawer full, but I got them organized. Kind of, Joss. Except one you put prayers in, and the other one you put quarters or whatever's in as your tongue slips.
Okay, I find different things very pretty. So that's a disclaimer, I guess.
Probably both at the Mo, Dwayne.
I like her. I printed her off on the paper. I'm going to redo this. Casey likes this image. But I think I'm going to...
Casey would love the Asian influence.
He sent me this image, and I put it on the paper, but I don't know. Maybe once it's got Mod Podge on it, and it'll be okay. I'll put it on something like this for him. Let me see. Somebody said something. Oh, Denise A. Yes. I'll let you know. Her daughter's in here. See. I like that one. It's on the paper. I'm gonna put this on a box. And then this one's gonna go on the box too. And what I did two different ways. I did it without the color, and I colored it in myself. But yes, my taste goes to different stuff. I just this one, because I got to do one box going to a big one in there. It says the white queen. So I might do her and make her show up more. Take my pencils or whatever, and then that's going to be the castle on the box.
Cool.
So I will have to. Now I didn't draw these things, but what I'll do is just add some light and darken up the gray tone some so it'll show up. But yeah, that's the kind of things that I've been. But I really love that one. That one's just so colorful and pretty to me. So yes, I guess that would be could be put on a burlesque box. I just love images. I love the castle. I looked through so many pictures and for an appropriate castle image, and some of them were pretty, but I just wanted one that I would be able to embellish myself and add more of me in it. Just like this one right here, I'll go in and embellish like her lips and just make some things pop. But that's what that's what I've been doing. And trying to write Tiffany took me a week trying to get her words out because next weekend is her next day off. Oh, in the email, it's her next weekend off, and I knew we couldn't make it, and I've been so worried and didn't want to disappoint her. But she said, "No, Mama, I didn't expect y'all to come." She says, "Y'all, I don't." Ooh,
Darlene, do you
yeah.
get Graphics Fairies newsletter?
What?
The Graphic Fairies newsletter? Yeah, there's a website. It's called the Graphic Fairy. You can sign up for their newsletter and you get Friday freebies. All kinds of clip art images, vintage from greeting cards and advertisements and all kinds of stuff you would absolutely love. Plus, on their website, they've got a lot of freebies. They also have a membership that you can do, which I don't. I just do the freebie stuff. But all kinds of stuff you can learn.
Let me find my pen. Ben, those were cool because that tree, I could with the tree, I could do I can stencil out the birds, the blackbirds around that tree, and that's pretty cool. All right, what's the name of it?
I'm dropping the link in the chat for you.
Okay, thank you.
Get pop-ups to behave long enough.
But yeah, when I'm sitting there and I'm tearing out pages and it focuses because sometimes the TV, I just can't get into that. Hi, Emily. Welcome.
Hello, Emily.
We are making it. We've got two of our panel members. One is recuperating from surgery. The other is still in the hospital. So we are trying to make it. And I haven't been on for a while, so I wanted to update everybody. And that's kind of how we stand. All right, let me see where I should put that.
Be right back, darling.
Okay. There we go. I knew if I didn't copy and paste that right now, I would lose that link. Oh no, Emily. Ben, yes. That one is, I think, would make my head hurt to look at it too long. Emily, I will put you on in my planner, so I will have your name to pray for you. Do you live in the States? Do you live here in the United States? I tell you, with all of the with everything that was going on with Sonia, the one that's still in the hospital, Emily, even though she was sick, her and her family became homeless, basically. The house made her sick. And it was very, very rough for her and the kids. You know, she went through a lot of strain on both her body, mentally, and on her body. They got back into that house after the mold was taken out of it, but she didn't recover from all of the toxic mold that got in her body. And I know where she's at, they don't want to admit that's what it was, and they don't want to put that as a diagnosis. The government doesn't. So, but that is what happened. And she just didn't get the help she needed. But Emily, I pray that things turn out okay for you. You know, there's some people that make themselves homeless by choice, because of things they're doing in their life, like my daughter did, and she become homeless even though we were right here. And then there's people that they can help it. You know, people that, you know, lose their houses or lose their jobs and have to live out of their cars. There's just so many people out there that needs help. Yeah, I know.
I'm back.
I know it's coming back because your mom made that video of it raining, and the rain was pouring into their house. It was coming through the window and pouring into the house. The water was. And it was in the floor.
Good grief.
Yeah. Yeah. She did a Facebook video to show.
Who did?
Sonia?
Oh.
And viewer discretion, because there was some language. I mean, you know, they said
there's moments in life you just can't hold back, y'all.
Because, I mean, they said they fixed everything, and they lost all their bedding. Just about everything was ruined that they had. And then there was, extension cord in the floor. And what was it? A gaming system, wasn't it, Joss, your brother's? And they had to hurry up and get it up out of the water. And I'm like, are you serious? So, you know, prayers for them too, that I know what Grandpa's looking for somewhere else, and I pray that they can find something else. But Emily, my heart goes out for you. I just pray that things work out. You know, the house
Same.
we live in, this house was handed down to, it was built for MawMaw's mom and dad in 1914 when they got married. And it was left to MawMaw because they said they gave their son the piece of property behind ours and gave the house to my mother-in-law because they said, her dad said, a man can make his way in the world easier than a woman can. So he left the house to MawMaw. MawMaw always had intended to leave the house to her daughter. But after we moved in and started taking care of her and everything, the house was left to us. So in saying that, you know, we don't use it for anything. We don't put this house up for nothing. It's, you know, it's ours free and clear. And, you know, so knowing you always will have your home, I just can't imagine not having somewhere, you know, to call my own. We love you too, Denise. We moved my dad and them, we moved around a lot. We would in California where I was born and my two other brothers younger than me were born. Three oldest was born here in Alabama. We moved all over Southern California. Then when we moved here in Alabama, we moved all over the place. So when I met Kevin, well, I met Frances first, and she was born in this house. You know, he had roots. You know, Kevin, this was Kevin's roots. And people can throw that word around a lot too. But if you've never felt like you belonged anywhere, whether it's mentally or in a dwelling, when you finally find a place that speaks to your soul that you're home, that this is home, it is something that you can't buy. It's something that, you know, people can't take away from you. But even when Karen comes by, Kevin's sister, it's home. When Tiffany come down, I sent her a letter and I said, well, when you come home, when I come to get you for your visitation and you come down that road, don't think of all these houses on all these streets that you used to go to. When you come down this road, you remember, I grew up on this street. I have good memories. I have good childhood memories. You know, we used to own the house right across the street. I told her, I said, remember the awesome times that you and your friends had. Oh, pretty. Dwayne always shares me his views of the mountains with the snow on them. Hey, Dwayne, I just come across a picture that I sent you. I have to be a clown sometimes. But yeah, I told her, and when we picked her up and she come down the road, she said, Mom, you're so right. I didn't have any anxieties this time coming home. She said, and I remembered she said, my good childhood. So this place has always been coming home. Now, it's not in the greatest condition. Dwayne says sometimes. Oh, me being a clown. Oh, let me pull up that picture. Hey, that's a praise report, you guys. When I went, I know, Dwayne, Ben, when I looked and seen I got something from Dwayne, I thought, oh, Dwayne's going to tell me to look at the time.
I was getting there.
I went to the dentist and thinking I was going to have to pull all my back teeth because my teeth have been hurting. He said I don't have a cavity at all. So that was a big praise. That's what I sent Dwayne. Oh, yes, I did send that to Dwayne. I have to be his clown sometimes. They were going through a lot. But if anybody's ever worried about teeth problems, you better bet. When they told me that I did not have a cavity in my head,
And Denise says
um,
she already told you time, and she did. A little ways back, she time with 5 exclamation points, I think.
but they gave me some stuff to put on my mouth at night just because I
Instead of
have
gum
sensitive
too.
teeth now. I know, and I do need to go in there and rest. Or no, I'll go to Walmart first, then come home and rest. I'll do it that way. Um, you're squirreling. Oh, I'm squirming. Yeah, I was squirreling too, but yes, I am squirming. I am. I could have swore she said I was squirreling. That's bad.
No, I'm partially blind in one eye now, and I ain't even got my glasses on. I can see there's an M there instead of an L.
Well, see, I have my glasses on, and I am legally blind in my left eye,
I
and
probably am now.
I just saw squirreling all of a sudden.
I'm overdue
But
for an eye exam, but I'm waiting until this stabilizes before I do a prescription because they only give me one a year, you know.
yeah. Well, they finally approved and everything the medicine that is going to help me with my being so tired, my thought process of being what she said would help with fibro fog. I took it years ago for when I had sleep apnea. And when I lost all my weight and my sleep apnea went away, I didn't need it. But for whatever reason now, I need it because it's hard for me to just get up and get going. It's like my eyes don't want to wake up. I wake up, but I just go back to bed.
Yeah, I struggle with energy too
Well,
between between the diabetes and the fibro and some other conditions that aren't, like diabetes and stuff like that aren't
mhm.
conducive to high energy. Yeah, I deal with it.
Well, before I left work, before I finally come out on disability, I got to where I was really struggling to remember things. I was sleepy all the time, and I thought if I could just go home, I could just sleep. If I was home, I'd be napping. Then when I did come out of work, I couldn't nap. And here recently, I do sometimes, and it's a hard napping, and it's just like a heaviness.
Yeah.
Love you, Ann. I'm so glad to see you, Ann, this morning. I'm glad to see all of you guys and the new people. Yeah, your mom was kind of like me. I love you, Ben. Your mom couldn't sleep at night because that's how come she would be on with me when it would be time to get the kids up to go to school. But, you know, I don't know how fibromyalgia works, but um, undoubtedly that's what is causing mine now. And I'm hoping it will help me with the memory remembering stuff. All right, you guys, you know what? It is an hour and almost hour and 20 minutes. I will try my bestest to be on tomorrow. And I love you guys. And I thank you all for joining me this morning and this afternoon. And until we meet again, much love.
Bye, everyone.